I see the FCRD is sending out Ewing to jam. And I believe that's, I don't know if it's Ace of Grace or Amageddon. I think it's, no, it's Amageddon out jamming for the Werewolf pack.
The wonderful thing about coming out of retirement is I get to see all the friendly faces as I come back. So I'm sorry I was away from the mic saying hello to some people. But up front, we have Cherry Violence at pivot, and on, I believe that's Ace of Grace. Yes, it is.
Yes, Ace of Grace, yep. Are you playing with Fountain City now?
Oh, I'm going to try to.
Are you?
Just got done with our boot camp, and now we have draft coming up.
All right.
So if anyone listening, if you want to try roller derby, come check it out. We're going to have our draft coming up soon. You get to see what it's like from the beginning of the season on. And Ewing off to an early start and cuts right through, but looks like he's got a track cut yield as he has to go all the way to the back. And Val Raven signaling where the back is, but she goes out of play, and he's allowed to walk in front of her. Amageddon gets knocked outside by Anita Hercha, and the pivots have a fight up front.
Now Ewing
FCRD holds him back. Is that another track cut yield? By the looks of it, it is.
Ewing trying to enter through the back. He keeps trying to take that inside track. Gets knocked to that inside each time.
Hats off to Werewolf Gang for holding him, because normally he does not get two of those in one jam.
Ooh. Amageddon with some nice footwork on the outside, but pivot breaks.
Let's see if Ace of Grace can catch him here. Ewing's pretty light on his feet, but Ace of Grace ain't no joke.
Werewolf pack doing a nice job getting to the front of that pack and running it.
Yeah, way to race. Give her plenty of time to catch up to Ewing. We all know Ewing's got gas, but no one is immune to exhaustion. Takes the inside, cuts to the out. Val Raven takes the cut to the back to the inside, calls it off. That looks like 2 points, 2-0 for FCRD.
Nice jam there by Ewing, picking up those 2 points, but Werewolf pack did some nice defensive work after Ewing finally got out.
Sid Vicious and Zombina up front with Kremlin Insane and T-Bone Tina in the back.
Ooh, T-Bone almost false started.
Yeah. Luckily, no warning was given, so she just had to catch herself and get going. Kremlin Insane tries the outside, and right with a great drag block to the outside while from skating backwards.
FCRD are always so good with the strategies for the game. Doing a nice job in the front, holding that jammer. All 4 blockers from FCRD up front. Zombina fighting for pivot for front position.
Jamalama Ding Dong doing a great job of sitting on Kremlin Insane. Jammer comes on the outside. That gives Sid permission if she gets within 10.
Oh, she jumped. Oh. Nice work by Gorticia Adams to get that bridge to allow that pivot to break.
Zombina with the clockwise block, and makes sense. It was close. I understand. Good job by Trina to pick up all 4 on that one.
So how you been? I've been a long time since I've seen you. Since you left the Gatekeepers,
Yeah,
it's been a while.
I've been good. I got some time with the Gatekeepers. Those are some wonderful guys out there. I got to make a lot of friends with Arch. St. Louis is a great roller derby city, but they don't have anything on Kansas City as far as
USARS.
USARS, sorry. That is the best way to end that sentence.
Yeah.
I love Kansas City with my whole heart. The city's amazing, but USARS, if you ask me, lives and dies in Kansas City. It is a great place. Not to take anything from anyone else, but man, they've adopted it so well, and whatever Kansas City sets its mind to, it's going to do great. First made, now USARS.
Yep.
Triple threat with a big hit to maintain that pivot on the inside. Orange Whip tries to counter and goes right back to her outside. Out of play up front. That's a little close, but looks like they're calling it safe. So, clockwise, a little bit different, but at least the jammer gets to go out. Another penalty with that big collision in the back. Ooh, that's going to send 2 to the box for FCRD, and Werewolves get to start off with a two-person advantage. My apologies, I'm used to hockey.
I don't know, did Mel pick up any points?
I'm unsure. That might be reviewable.
Oh, 4 points picked up by Mel Malice. So 10-point jam, or 10-point lead there for FCRD here early in this.
And honestly, I'm willing to say that it could have been a larger point differential. FCRD is doing a great job, but Werewolves hanging in there. They're playing their hearts out.
They are. We'll see Ewing playing defensive here against Criminally Insane, trying to run down get those other players out of that box. That's a nice play.
Now the big question is, what happens if they get lapped here? Some colorful commentary from Bomb Pop on the side.
Ewing I think he's just holding out, trying to empty that penalty box, which was a great move. And the other 2 FCRD players getting out front and running and making control of that pack.
Smart play by Ewing. He knows he has the size on her. The speed's about even, but holding it as off the penalty, so just to get enough time to get that penalty advantage down is the smart move. Good job, Ewing. Speaking of which, he's about to re-enter the back of the pack, and let's see if he can pick up all 4 here.
And let's not forget about those other blockers from SCRD doing a great job of holding the front of that pack.
Absolutely. 10 seconds left in the jam. Let's see if Ewing can grab 1 more point. He's a fast guy. He can do it. Or he could just call it.
I don't think he's going to call it. I think he's going to run out of time.
Potato, tomato.
Yeah.
Same thing.
But another 4-point jam there for FCRD as they held Wolf off the Wolfpack off the scoreboard so far.
Ace of Grace next to Anita Hertja, vying for position right off the bat.
I don't think they gave him all of his points.
Interesting. Oh, there you go. There you go. All 14 got on there. Oh, okay. I thought it was.
Yeah, no, it's 11. I don't know.
I'm going to let the point keepers do their job.
Yeah, I don't understand why they did. He made 1 pass through the pack.
That Val Raven Orange Whip wall in the back is pretty brutal to get around, but if anyone can do it, it's Mel Malice, who breaks out and gets to be lead jammer. Howdy, howdy. Wonderful speed skating form. Can 21 get out?
Oh, nice work up front. Keeping Amageddon in the pack.
Mel approaches the back. Where does she go? Right through the middle, gets the seam, punches through. Can their teammates keep her in? Not quite, but all she has to do is re-enter behind Val. 6 goes down. Mel picks up another point. And we do have the white pivot out. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Now they've set up a nice wall, but ooh, Mel Malice has to reset to the back.
'21's trying to call it off, but there doesn't seem to be a definitive lead holder.
Yeah,
I think they might be advocating that did Mel already do 1 full pass?
Yeah, but Amy Geddon did 2, so she didn't get out the second time. So I don't know what the confusion was. It should have been, Amy Geddon should have had lead on that, so I'm not for sure. I think we have confusion.
A review wouldn't be unwarranted here, but we'll see how the coaches feel. Either way, White gets on the board, 15-2. Still anybody's game.
That was Wolfpack getting some points there. It was nice for them.
Kremlin Insane and Mamba up front.
T-Bone Trina and Phoenix Fire jamming now for the Wolfpack.
Mamba gets swallowed up, but there is Toucan to cover and make sure that they can throw Kremlin Insane to the back. T-Bone Tina breaks, and with a big hit from Mamba on the inside, holding that jammer back. Kremlin Insane with a clean break on the outside, going to try and get some speed back and see if she can catch up with T-Bone Trina. Let's see if White can get that baby out so that those packs can get some speed on them, but looks like T-Bone gets knocked out. Can Kremlin Insane get there?
No.
She's trying to call it. She's doing her best to stay in bounds. Oh, a close one as Kremlin Insane nearly steals lead, but T-Bone Trina doing a great job of calling it off in time.
Criminally does pick up 1 point, though. 2-1 jam.
It's all you can do. Get them where you can get them. They don't ask how, they ask how many.
Yeah, I thought T-Bone had that called off a couple times earlier, and no whistles came, so.
I'll say this, the one thing the gatekeepers taught me that really helped is I physically say, I'm calling it, I'm calling it. The refs hear me and then look at my hands.
Right.
Sometimes you do the little tippy taps and it's not quite sufficient.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to let them know for sure that what's going on.
A ref once told me when I asked, is it 2 taps, is it 4 taps? He said 18 taps.
18
That'll
taps.
probably do it. I said 18,000 taps? He was like 18 billion taps.
Jamalama Ding-Dong out with lead for FCRD.
Valraven with, that is not Valraven, my apologies. That is Tinkerhell with a break and is going to try and reconcile some points here. Jamalama Ding-Dong gets in front and calls it. There seems to be some confusion. She didn't do 18,000 taps.
I think so. I don't understand why we're not getting the call off there.
18,000.
18,000 is what it takes. Yeah, they're not yelling it either. We need to yell. I'm calling it.
Actually, in my last game, I tapped my tips 3 times, and then I realized as I was open skating in front of the pack, jam wasn't over. So I keep tapping it. But I realized that as I kept doing that, I started skating out of bounds. So we had a review on me. But sometimes it's just all about, just keep doing it and make it obvious. It's a performance out there, folks.
Yep.
Mel Malice originally being held by Sid Vicious, but there goes Myers to clean up. Kremlin Insane doing a good job of staying up front. But it does not matter as Mel gets through and Kremlin Insane gets hit down. All the way to the back are both of the white panties as Mel's going to try and clean up before anyone breaks. But Sid gets through. Good job, Sid. Vicious.
Mel making quick work of that track. Gets to the inside with some nice footwork on the inside.
Krem does a good job of holding her elbow in, but it's just not a big enough hit to knock Mel off of one skate.
And keeping this jam going is Mel Malice. Ooh. Wow, that was a nice hit.
Myers takes a big hit, but
he picked up a penalty on one.
He probably felt bad about his forearm and took a jump.
Wolfpack is picking up points here.
A shockingly advantageous jam for the Wolfpack. I want to see how these points went out. Looks like 3 for Wolf at least.
I know Mel made 2 passes through, I think.
Yes. I forgot that she was on her second pass.
Yeah. So this is our first time announcing together. This is Wrecking Bill, former St. Louis gatekeeper, and we were teammates in St. Louis.
Yeah. I was the only person I know of that got to skate with the gatekeepers that didn't have to travel at all or worry about being the best, because boy, those gatekeepers are amazing. But enough about them. I feel like I fan service them a lot. They're just so nice.
Yep. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are.
Oh, sorry, I do introduce myself. I'm Sam. I'm a FCRD skater / moved to St. Louis. So here we are back in FCRD as we're showing a great demonstration of USAR's roller derby. 21 up front, and it looks as if Thunder did not get a clean break and has to yield to the rest of the pack to get within 10 feet. But let's see if White can pick up some easy points in the meanwhile. Mamba hits.
Oh, she's trying to call it out of bounds.
I think she might have been trying to signal out of play, but either way, let's see if she can go up.
I don't know what.
Call on White 2-1.
Oh, she now.
Oh, track cut yield?
Yes, track cut yield.
Interesting. This gives Thunder plenty of time to play some smart derby and pick up some slow point packs.
Nice defensive work there by the Wolfpack gang. Now Emma Gayden's able to get out and call it off.
Now, the interesting thing was that she got called for the cut track yield, but Mamba definitely went out of bounds after that hit. So I think they might call superior position on one of the outside skaters that I didn't see passing while 21 was out of bounds.
I think when she got knocked out, she kept going up the track and then came back in. She saw that
she could have passed another.
She saw
skater
that
while
Mamba
doing
knocked her out, or Mamba stepped out, and I think she passed other players.
That superior position on non-hitting players is very difficult to keep an eye on. So let's thank those refs for having a great eye on things. Ewing with a great jump cut, but it got a big hit from Gortisha and is still able to maintain for a somewhat clean break. And Gortisha races as Queen of Hearts is able to lay a hit. It's really sacrificing the body on that one. Good job, Queen of Hearts.
Ewing went to the penalty box. So
it looks like they were saying that Ewing was not active when Gortisha broke. At least that's what the chatter on the track is saying.
Yeah, Ewing went to the penalty box. Now
I didn't even notice that. Did you notice that?
Yeah, well, whenever I didn't see him on the track, after I was like, where is he at? He should be scoring points right now. Oh, no, we have a...
Now, I'm very curious as to...
Well, I never saw the brake signal given to the pivot for FCRD, so now Ewing...
She just had re-entered from the pack, from the front of the pack. So if she had an out of play, if she had a track cut yield, then she just entered from the front of the pack. And that's a very interesting point.
Yeah, that should have been an illegal entry penalty as well. But it looks like she's back in the pack blocking, and Ewing is out on the break, but Wolfpack's going to pick up points on this one.
And if there's no review from the Wolfpack, then that is A-okay, because at the end of the day, it's about what was called and not about what we see.
Yep. And Wolfpack's going to pick up. Well, now.
And there's the official review. If I had to guess, and this is only speculation, this will be exclusively on Triple Thet's track cut yield and the re-entry from the front of the pack.
Yep. Right now, FCRD holding a 31-10 lead.
A surprisingly close game, if I do say so myself. Wolfpack is doing an admirable and honorable job of holding the travel team of FCRD.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job out there. Some nice defensive work.
You love to see it.
Yes. I love the defensive work. So, do we have a mic out there?
I mean, I have a wireless mic too that I could just plug onto the ref too.
Let's talk about it after the game.
Yeah,
It'd be like, do you guys want to try this out for like the last game or two of the day?
Yeah.
And if they like it, that's a way to elevate your show.
Yeah, definitely. Can I have you guys? Okay, got it. Let me know when you want me to mute you. Or yeah, the mic's currently muted, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's an easy ask if they want that.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be super helpful too to.
Find out.
We're unmuted.
Oh. Are we back? All right, we're back on. Mel Malice out jamming for FCRD.
Celtic Chaos with white has some progress getting to the back, but that wall of Zombina is gnarly, if I do say so myself.
Nita doing a nice job up front, maintaining that front position as a pivot.
Oh, I'm calling Myers.
And a nice clear there from Hernandez, who Team USA player, but hasn't been skating for a couple of years, but still knows how to play USARs. Longtime player with the Red Hots. Mel Malice with a beautiful spin move on the inside, picking up 4 points, keeping this jam going. Ooh, a hard fall. 3 players go down.
We'll see if Orange Whip can, gets past. Looks
Mel
like Orange
just-
Whip gets the low block call.
Ooh.
Good hit, but does take out number 62, Hernandez.
Hernandez doing nice work out there. We may have a pretty much equal score on this one. Like 4 points picked up by the Wolfpack. And I can't see. All I know, it's 37-14 right now with FCRD leading this game. Both teams with a player in the penalty box. Ewing out there. Is that Ewing? No, that is.
That is Wreck It Right.
Yeah, Wreck It Right, yeah. Versus Sid Vicious.
Criminally Insane holding superior position, but Mamba and Thunder are not to be trifled with. As Wreck It Right gets to the back, they're going to try and capture, but Gortisha Adams doing her best to protect that pivot. Mamba signals to the blue to slow it down and move that pack to the back. Now the pivot has to wait up to get within 10 feet. That's 3. There's no bridge. Oh, and Dottie slows down, but if Dottie moves forward, pack moves to the front.
Finally got the bridge to get the break.
No need for the bridge. If Dottie had moved forward, there would have been 4 members of the mixed team in front.
Yeah, Dottie moving forward to that front pack that was up there was able to get that break going. Basically a bridge, but she moved
basically
forward.
a bridge.
Yeah, basically.
Either
Yeah,
one way or the other, she came within the engagement
Yes.
zone. That is what I do love about USARs, the quick and change, mobile definition of pass.
And here we are. It looks like we had a scoring.
Ewing with the move on the outside. Did he
Ooh.
get outside? Looks like no skate, part of his skate got outside, so there he goes with a clean break. Ewing is really good at getting out in the first 10 seconds of a jam, pretty much no matter what.
That was a nice move. I thought they were going to give him a cut penalty on that outside, but
It
he
was
managed
close.
it. Yeah.
It was real close, enough that I'm sure you probably had to have some video review in order to call him on it.
Ewing with a nice move on the outside. You're not going to get him one-on-one blocking up front, so picking up all 4 points.
It's Grace doing a valiant job of trying to get to the back of the pack, almost get some points, but Ewing's got speed. That's what they say about him. He's got wings. You wings. Triple threat with Sid Vicious in the back. Who got up front? Is that
Anita, and Criminally Insane, I believe.
Ooh, Sid takes an early tumble, but so does Trip. It's an even ground. Valraven in the back, not an easy person to one-on-one block. And Trip takes a big hit to Sid.
Ooh, Criminally Insane takes a big hit as FCRD sets up that wall up front.
Myers fighting, Anita able to pin her. Donger going for a big hit on the outside. It's just rotating. Jamalama Ding Dong with a big hit. Anita with a big hit.
Triple threat out on whole pass, almost a passable head as no one. Oh,
Criminally Insane able to find a hole and get out. Where that's not going to make it a 5-point jam, so let's get some points. Val Raven able to land a big hit and move very slowly. Triple Threat able to re-enter from behind and stands up.
Now gets through.
Can she pass one more time? Can Criminally Insane tie it all up?
Oh, Curly Insane with a nice little spin move. Picks up 4 points as well for Werewolf Pack.
This is a little dangerous because if Trip here takes a spill out of play or out of bounds, you won't be able to call it anymore. Oh. And gets a call on it. Oh, sorry, that's a call on One Hit Thunder.
But Werewolf Pack did a nice job of holding Triple Threat to the back. And Criminally Insane gets lead and is able to call that off. Both teams, though, picking up points.
Looks like a 4-4 jam, but we will see when the score gets fully adjusted. Looks like I'm seeing a 4-3 jam.
Yep.
But Wolfpack still doing a fantastic job of hanging in there.
Yeah.
49-20 is a great score and still anyone's game, especially if the momentum doesn't change at all.
T-Bone Trina tries to, ooh.
Baird with a good hit. Shock it didn't get her, but T-Bone Trina's resilient. That's what they say about her. Fun fact, T-Bone Trina, ex-Marine.
Oh. Well, thank you for your service, T-Bone.
She gives us a little wave. There she is, the valiant one. That's what I say, Kansas City, full of nice people, great people, tough people.
Black Mama with a nice hit on the inside.
T-Bone Trina
Tinker Hell finally breaks with the pivot.
8, little high, little forearmy. Called. It looks like this penalty is going to be issued to number 8 if I had to guess.
Yep. Amanda Bard picks up a high block penalty, I believe that was.
It was close. There was a couple of things that were a little stingy on it, but
we just called it a high block. Ewing out there for FCRD. I can't see around the referees. Oh, that's Dottie, I believe, jamming for Werewolf Pack.
Dottie getting through pretty convincingly, but Ewing gets out front and decides not to break because Criminally Insane is right on his tail. So he's going to send his team to swallow her up, but she does a great job of fending them off. And here we are, Clash of Titans, Criminally Insane and Ewing with a race to get to the back of the pack. Ewing meets his black back wall, gets 1 point.
Nice
1
job.
point in the box as well because of the ghost point. So it looks like it'll be a 2-0 jam for FCRD. Criminally Insane wanting some points, shaking her fist.
Nice job by the FCRD blockers to isolate a blocker to the back for Ewing to pick up that 1 point, which also allowed to pick up that ghost point.
It all comes down to an original way they played and made, which was one and done. You get 1 point, 1 point's more than them, call it off.
Yep.
I'm seeing a lot more of these jams where after a jammer breaks, really taking their risk with that second jam. But you know what? If you have a definitive lead on the track, why not go for 8?
Yeah, they're trying to extend these jams a little bit more.
It really shows confidence from the jammers to their blockers.
Yes. Well, and that's... Ooh,
Triple Threat with a great hit, goes out of bounds slightly, but comes back for second, and she will reconcile. Great hit taking down Ace of Grace, and she's not done. Is Trip going for another one? She's just eyeing her. They're out of play up front. She knows it. She's waiting.
You are Jamalama Ding Dong, though, just racking up points. Val Raven's done a nice job on the knockouts in the back and then slowing that jammer down.
Speaking of which, Anita gets a nice hit on the inside on Ace of Grace, holding that scoring pass to only getting 1 point by my eye. Look at that. You love to see the daisy chain of using your blocker's hips and swinging around and cycling and trapping that point scorer. Great job by that back wall of Nikki Necrosis, Anita Hercha, and Myers.
Yeah, nice work by FCRD. Two to 25 lead. We have T-Bone Trina on the pivot line, and that is Hernandez for Werewolf Pack, and that's Criminally Insane jamming against, I know that guy, Wrecking It Right.
Oh, there you go. Criminally Insane getting pinched in between T-Bone Trina and One Hit Thunder. Someone takes out Cherry, and that gives her a hole. There we go. Criminally Insane with a clear lead. T-Bone Trina getting out. Going to be hot on her. Now, is White going to race? They're going to try. Blue wants to hold that front. You're not getting past. We'll give Criminally 1 point. That's all we're going to give her. Let's see. Gets the one, and they call it. Good strategy by Blue. Good skating by Criminally Insane. Good job, everybody.
Yep.
You love to see high-level tactical derby.
And FCRD's like, let them have that 1 point. We have a 40-point lead, so they're more than happy to let the time run off and allow them to just get that 1 point.
They just can't do that 37 more times is all.
Well, that's true, but I don't think that's going to happen 37 more times.
Well, anything can.
That's
but
true.
FCRD's smart. We've said it time and time again, so we'll see how they play. I'm sure they'll adjust.
Ewing and Dottie jamming. Ewing in blue, Dottie in white.
Ewing, I swear, when he cuts to the outside, he somehow makes the track smaller. Don't know how he does it.
He gets down low, too. He's hard to hit out on that outside because he gets so low.
And his speed, that initial jump that he has when he does that first cut, huge. Oh, Dottie hits someone out, and yeah, she was curious of whether or not she could.
Gorticia breaks, but Ewing's going for a second pass. See if he'll call it before Gorticia scores any points.
Doesn't look like it. Once again, we're talking about that confidence in the blocker. He believes his blockers are going to be able to hold her to less than 4 points. don't get compliments on great food blocks, but you can. Able to throw her 8 people back. What is that? Superiority. And with a clean break, Luther does get out. With a cut off. Take that, take that point. But it might not have been a terrible penalty. If you gets another pass, and Phoenix is only now getting up, meaning that it might have opened the door for you to get another pass on both teams and 5 points.
See if you decide to take this chair out.
You could. The Phoenix is that back wall, like I keep saying. This team is one. Pushing that front wall, so they have to let up on him. But here he is, just racking up the score. Ewing doing Ewing things.
Yep, he's been 12 points just about every jam. Now that wall is set up in the back for FCRD. FCRD is opening up this lead here in the second half now. Increased at 92-29.
The momentum has definitely shifted in FCRD's favor, but Werewolf is not about to give up. They can probably switch this back. They just need some smart jams and the heart.
Yeah, and they need a couple 12-point jams. I would be surprised if they're able to do that against FCRD. They're just that good and that well-trained.
I propose a new stat line. We can keep track of hits, we can keep track of points, but I want to keep track of the amount of times that someone's received a big hit and then got up and did their job. You can call that the heart stat right there.
Yep. Jamalama Ding Dong on the outside.
Donger.
Picking up lead again. Ooh,
Big
Hernandez
spill on
and
the
Anita.
inside.
Anita Hurchis just did that.
Someone did get called for a low block, but I still think that they have not gotten the attention of that skater. At least I heard one. I definitely heard a low block call. I heard a whistle, and it's Anita Hurcha.
Uh-oh, maybe. I think it got overridden. Oh, no. Anita is going to the penalty box.
Maybe a ref review. Maybe the refs are taking a look at it.
Oh, yeah, they're taking it away. How much time is it? 3 minutes, 25 seconds. I got to go get ready.
Wrecking Bill is going to go get ready for his game, as Wrecking Bill is a star of roller derby, so he needs extra warm-up time. Also has the cutest dog that's ever existed, in case you were wondering. With the pivots up front of Criminally Insane, gets slightly pushed out of play, and that's what you do. You threaten them and make sure that they believe that they have to go further up. Oh, looks like I'm going to get an announcer joining me as Mel Malice is able to break and Toucan's able to swallow up that pivot. I think you're currently muted. I love it. This is a very tooth for tooth game. People are laying big hits, and honestly, you love to see it in roller derby. Oh, that trip could. Cherry forgives it. Cherry could have stepped up and eaten her whole, but she was slightly out of the pack. So that's smart play, conservative play by Cherry Violence.
She's been able to hit the floor and get back up and running, and it's really impressive to see her in action.
That's what youth do. Speaking of hitting the floor and getting back up, Mel takes a big hit and is able to come up and immediately just destroy that pack. Picks up all of her points. Oh, Ewing up front. Ewing up front with Hernandez, and in the back we have what I believe is Black Mamba, and I want to say that is Armageddon, but I can be wrong.
I can't
Celtic
be
Chaos.
sure.
I've been mixing up the two. I don't see the numbers on the. It's 23, so that is
Chaos.
Celtic Chaos. Mamba, a powerful, adaptive skater, dodging bodies over there, and she's able to catch one. And there she goes. She breaks free. Oh, with a big hit to that jammer on the outside, making that jammer get swallowed up. But here comes the pivot, and Hernandez. We have a pivot coming through. Sorry, I thought it was a pivot, and I was really excited about it. I was really ready for a pivot,
Oh yeah,
pivot jam.
pivot jams are some.
All the rage.
Yes.
Everyone loves Mamba.
Everybody.
If I had to guess the Kansas City's favorite skater, I think I could say Black Mamba and have a pretty high confidence interval on that.
Well, I know she's got my vote. I've been swooning over her for many years now.
Hey, shoot your shot, my dude. Criminally Insane up front with Jamalama Ding Dong or the Donger. You love it, nice and physical off the front. I like watching the pivots off the bat. The jammers, they have a time.
Yeah, they get a little time to get up there and get aggressive, but those pivots, you getting off the line like that, you start out.
You hold superiority
Yes.
and maintain it. That's a death sentence for the other team, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And Dottie Disaster with lead jam. I think she was checking that her helmet cover was still
I think
on.
that's exactly what she did. Making sure, like, oh, nope,
Yeah,
this is happening. This is happening.
I do be doing that constantly. I just kind of like
Yeah.
check the cloth, give it a little elastic stretch.
Yeah, feel it up there, and you're like, oh,
Anita takes a big spill.
dang.
Ooh, with the backwards blocking, doesn't quite get Anita. You're not going to get her that easy.
Dottie coming in.
Dottie comes and gets her points, and she's calling it, but it's not called. She wants to get those points back. I think
There she goes. There she got it. She got
needed
it.
one more.